Igama lami nguMelusi kaSkhosana. Namhlanje kuma-exponential growth and decays wethu sizokwenza lokho kuthiwa solve word problems. Sizofunda indatshana maqeda sizame ukuthola impendulo ngayo. Noma sikwenza umqondo osizosinikeza impendulo. So kufunda growth
Let's do a
nama-decays
couple of
wama-exponents.
word problems
Laphayana
dealing with
kuthiwa suppose
exponential
a
growth
radioactive
and
substance
decay.
decays at
So
a
this
rate of
first problem, suppose a
3.5
radioactive
per
substance
hour. What
decays
percent of the
at a rate
substance
of
is left after 6 hours? Kuthiwa
3.5%
laphaya
per
leyanto
hour.
iyehla
What percent of the
3.5 ima-hour
substance is
kusale
left after
ema-aweni
6
awu-6
hours?
sesisele
So let's make a little
ngamaphesenti
table here to
amangakanani
just
walento
imagine.
leyo noma i-substance
Just
nthini
imagine
leyo.
what's going on, and then we'll try to come up with a formula for, in general, how much is left after n hours. So let's say
Sithi
hours that have passed by
ama-hours
and
wethu
percentage left.
siwaqhathanisa
Percent left.
nama-percentage wethu
So
asele.
after 0 hours, what percent is left?
Apha
Well, it hasn't
ama-hour
decayed
ala
yet, so we
ma-percent.
have
I-aweni lo
100% left.
i-hour
After
elingekho
1
u-0
hour, what's
sithola ukuthi
happened?
sino-100%.
Well, it decays at a rate of
I-hour lokuqala kuthiwa
3.5%
nge-hour
per
elilodwa
hour.
ku-3.5
So
siyalahlekelwa kuyo noma liyehla
3.5% is
3.5
gone.
eaweni
Or
lokuqala.
another
Kusho
way to
ukuthi
think
ke
about it is
emaphesentini wethu wayabe sinawo
0.965. Right, or
sizolahlekelwa
remember, if you take 1 minus 3.5%, or if you take 100% minus 3.5%, this is how much we're losing every hour. That equals 96.5%. So each hour, we're going to have 96.5% of the previous hour. So in hour 1, we're going to have 96.5% of hour 0, or 0.965 times 100 times hour 0. Now what happens in hour 2? Hour 2. Well, we're going to have 96.5% of the previous hour. We will have lost 3.5%, which means that we have 96.5% of the previous hour. So it'll be 0.965 times this, times 0.965 times 100. I think you see where this is going in general. So in the first hour, we have 0.965 to the first power times 100. In the 0th hour, we have 0.965 to the 0th power. We don't see it, but there's a 1 there, times 100. In the second hour, 0.965 to the second power times 100. So in general, in the nth hour, we do this in a nice bold color. In the nth hour, we're going to have 0.965 to the nth power times 100 left of our radioactive substance. And oftentimes you'll see it written this way. You have your initial amount times your common ratio, 0.965 to the nth power. This is how much we're going to have left after n hours. Well, now we can answer the question. After 6 hours, how much are we going to have left? Well, we're going to have 100 times 0.965 to the 6th power left. And we could use a calculator to figure out what that is. Let's use our trusty calculator. So we have 100 times 0.965 to the 6th power, which is equal to, this is equal to 80.75. And this is all in percentages. So it's 80.75% of our original substance. So 80.75%. 5%.
per
Let's do another
cent
one of these.
sesibuyisela leya nombolo yethu
So we
emaphesentini.
have
Kuthiwa
Nadia
uNadia manje
owns a chain of fast
unesitoro
food
sama-fast food noma
restaurants
unesitoro esithengisa
that
amakhokho.
operated
Izitoro zakhe
200 stores in
ziwu-200 beziwu-200
1999.
ngonyaka
In
ka-99. Uma
1999.
njalo
If the
zikhula
rate of increase is, oh,
ngo-8,
actually, there's a typo here. It should be
ngiyaxolisa kumele lapho kube
8%.
8%
The rate
ngonyaka
of
annually,
increase is
ngo-8%.
8%
Kuzoba
annually.
nezitolo
How many stores
ezingakanani
does the restaurant
zamakota
operate in
esekanazo ngonyaka
2007?
ka-2007.
So
Kule
let's think
kuthiwa
about
itola
the
anazo
same thing. In
ziwu-200 ngonyaka ka-99.
1999,
Uma zikhula
so let's say
zikhula
years
ngo-8%,
after
kuyofika u-2007 sekuyizitolo
1999,
ezingakanani. Khumbule
and let's
senza
talk about how many
exponential growth
stores,
and decay.
how many
Ukukhuphuka
stores
nokwehla
Nadia is
kwama-exponent. Laphaya
operating, her
kuyathiwa
fast food
years
chain.
after 99 noma
So
iminyaka
1999,
emva ko-99.
1999
ngale
itself
sithi
is
izitolo
0
esekanazo.
years after
Ngonyaka
1999,
ka-99,
and she is
ngonyaka
operating
ka-99 u-0 wethu
200
la siqala khona
stores.
ube
Then in
nezitoro eziwu-200. Ngonyaka
2000,
2000,
which is 1
unyaka
year after
unyaka emuva
1999, how many is she going
nyaka
to be
omunye uqala
operating?
manje.
Well,
Unyaka
she
wokuqala
grows
emva
at the rate of
ko-99
8% annually. So she'll be
kuthiwa
operating all the
ukukhuphuka
stores that she had
ngo-8%.
before, all the stores that she had before,
Ukhumbule
plus
zonke izitoro zakhe
8% of the
enyakeni
stores
zikhuphuka
she had before.
ngo-8%,
So
sizothi-ke
1.08 times the
1.0
number of stores she
ifuna
had
niqonde lokho
before.
times 200.
Now
Nake
you're going
ngifuna
to see
niqonde
the common
masinyane
ratio here is
singakayi kude. Kuyafana ukuthi
1.08. If you're growing by 8%,
1.08 times 200 leya
that's
kwethu
equivalent to
ufana
multiplying by
nokuthi
1.08. Let me make that
200
clear. 200
200
plus
plus
0.08
0.08
times
times
200.
200,
Well, this is just 1 times
8 leyana
1
ngosikhula
times
ngayo ufana nokuthi
200
1
plus
times
0.08
200
times
plus
200.
1
That's 1.08
plus
times 200.
0.08
Then in
times
2001,
200.
in
Ngiyakholwa ukuthi niyayiqonda nje
2001,
ilula.
what's going on? This is now
Kepha
2
nizothola
years after
ekugcineni maba nibambanga unyaka wesibili
1999.
u-2001.
You're going to grow 8% from this
ikhula
number.
manje
So you're going to
abu-1.
multiply
Unyaka wokuqala ukhula
1.08 times
1.08
that
odwa,
number
uzokhula manje
times
u-200
1.08 times
1.08 about 2.
200.
Ngiyakholwa ukuthi
I
manje
think you get
seyenza
the
umqondo.
general
Nakanjalo
gist.
kanjalo unyaka wesi-3
If
ngabe 1.8
after
about 3,
n years after
1.08 kanjalo kanjalo.
1999, it's going to
Soqhubeka
be
sisheshe nje siye phansi sithi
1.08. Let
u-n
me write it this way.
esingakamazi
It's going to
ukuthi
be
unyaka
200
u-2007 wethu unyaka wesingaki,
times
naye uzothi 200
1.08 to the nth power.
times
After 2 years, 1.8 squared. 1 year, 1.8 to the first power. 0 years, this is the same thing as a 1 times 200, which is 1.08 to the 0th power.
amandla ka-n
So they're
awubani
asking
na.
us, how many stores
Uma
does the
ubala
restaurant operate in
iminyaka emva ko-99,
2007?
ukhumbule
Well,
2000
2007,
2001
this is
wesibili wesi-3 kanjalo kanjalo.
2007 is 8 years
2007
after
sotsho ukuthi unyaka
1999.
wesi-8
So
kusuka
here n
laphayana
is equal to
2009.
8.
unyaka wesi-8
So let
n wethu
us
u-8
substitute n is equal to 8. The answer
Uyeke
to our
manje
question will
sizothi
be 200 times
wesitoro
1.08
times okhula
to the
1.8
8th power. Let's get our
enyakeni
calculator out
1.08
and
enyakeni
calculate
wesi-8.
it.
Thatha i-calculator wethu
So we want to figure out
nithi-ke
200 times
times
1.08
1.08
to
the
the
power 8.
8th power. To the 8th
Sithola
power.
inombolo
She's going to be operating
307.
370 restaurants,
kuzothi
and she'll be in
sekushaya
process of opening a
unyaka
few more.
wes
So she's going to be, if
2007
we round it
unyaka
down,
wesi-8 kusuka
she's going to be
ku-2009
operating
isitoro sikaNadia noma
370
izitoro zikaNadia
restaurants. So
zamakota
8% growth might not
sezinamba
look like
ingamo
something that's so fast or that
370.
exciting. But in under a decade, in only 8 years, she would have gotten her restaurant chain from 200 to 370 restaurants. So for over 8 years, you see that the compounding growth by 8% actually ends up being quite dramatic.
exponential growth and decay